Well, good morning, everyone. We are about to get an update on breaking news we've been following this morning after 3 Philadelphia SWAT officers are shot during a barricade situation in North Philadelphia.
And we know a civilian was also injured. Officials are holding a press conference. Let's listen into the mayor right now.
We all appreciate it as much as we should. So it's good to see them sitting up, talking, and their families around them. Of course, their families are upset, as we understand they would be. But they seem like all of them are going to be okay, and we thank them for their service. And I'll turn it over to Deputy Commissioner Stanford for the details.
All right. Good morning. So just after 6 a.m., SWAT officers were at the location of the 800 block of North 10th Street, attempting to serve a warrant on an individual that was wanted for a homicide and a suspect in multiple armed robberies in Central Division. Upon approaching the location, attempting to knock and announce, they were fired upon by this suspect through the door and through the window. Officers were able to continue to breach the property, where they took on more gunfire from this individual, striking one officer in the leg, one officer in the hip, and the other officer in the upper chest after the bullet kind of ricocheted off of his vest. At that point, the suspect ran through the property, attempting to flee out of the rear of the property, at which point in time SWAT officers that contained that property in the rear of the property began to engage that suspect. After the suspect began to fire at them, they returned fire, ultimately striking the suspect. Our officers were transported here, where again the hospital staff did a tremendous job working on them, and the suspect was transported to Temple Hospital, where he was pronounced at 7:32 a.m. The 2 of our officers will be released hopefully by the end of the day, and the other officer will be admitted for some continuous observation. Commissioner Outlaw spoke to the officer. She is away at Major City Chiefs event, which all chiefs in the country are at this weekend, and so this week. And so she spoke to the officers this morning, was able to again extend her thoughts and prayers with them. But as the mayor said, this is ridiculous. I mean, this is within a few days we had officers fired upon in East Division, and now we have officers that are shot. This is something that these officers sign up to do a job, is to protect and serve, but not to take gunfire. And at some point it becomes enough. And I think we've already passed that point where it's enough. And we need that anger to resonate across the citizens of this city as well, because there's not a day that goes by that we don't either have a child that's shot or multiple people shot, because there are too many people that are out here carrying guns, and they don't have consequences. And so some of these people need to be in jail. And that's the bottom line, and that's the consistent thing that we keep seeing. And again, I'll leave you all to pointing the fingers, but the bottom line is that some people need to be in jail. And this is indicative of it, that we have 3 SWAT officers that, again, are doing their job, trying to get a male that's wanted for homicide and multiple gunpoint robberies. That should not be happening. This just should not be happening.
Are you pointing the finger towards this?
I'm not pointing the finger at anybody. I'm pointing it at everybody, right? Because too many people that have guns. It's a 19-year-old suspect. So something has been broken in this young man's life for a long time, and it just didn't start today. And so, again, you all can point the finger to whoever you want, but the bottom line comes down to this is everybody, including parents. I've said this before, family members. This is an all hands on deck type of situation where everybody has to be held accountable. But at the end of the day, we can't keep having suspects that have lengthy records. This male has a record for armed robberies, which he's committed in the past 2 years. So again, at the end of the day, it comes down to some folks, not everybody, and so I want to be very clear about that. Not everybody deserves to be in jail, but some folks that have a lengthy record, they deserve to be in jail. And because again, there are too many innocent citizens that are essentially, their lives are at risk every day because there isn't any accountability, right?
Which homicide? Which job?
This is a homicide that happened earlier in August. I don't have the specific details, and we can get that for you later, but it's a homicide that occurred in the 22nd District earlier in August.
Do you know if he had DUI charges before and he got charged with illegal gun?
I believe he had 2 robbery incidents. Point of gun, yes. And so, again, something we'll look into. I don't have that information right now. We will look into that. Once we go through the investigative process, public affairs will get that
Anybody else hurt
out.
that wasn't an officer or the suspect?
No.
Do you know how many officers total were there?
I'm sorry?
We heard there was a barricade situation involved. Is that the case?
Nah, it may have come over if you were listening to the radio, but this happened so quickly and things move so fluidly. It may have come over that way, but no, this ultimately, he tried to exit the rear of the property, at which point in time he fired at officers that were in the rear and they returned fire. So again, you may have heard somebody say that, but as this, moves so fluidly, so quickly, you hear things that come over radio, but ultimately what it comes down to is that he tried to exit the rear, fired at those officers that were in the rear, and they discharged back.
Between SWAT and homicide, how many officers were there total, do you know?
I don't have that information.
You saw 3 more people get arrested. Was there other people in handcuffs?
There were other individuals in the house. From what I'm told, they didn't have anything to do at this point in time, with the incident, but that will be a part of the investigation.
Third or fourth time this year SWAT has been fired upon or shot at. You had South Philly, you had Fair Hill, you had this, pick one more. Tell me about, is it becoming more dangerous because there are more guns and more people willing to shoot? What's changed in the last few years? I
think you already know the answer to that. The fact that you can point out to me that there are several incidents that happen with SWAT officers being fired upon, that tells you right there that this should not be happening. This is not normal. And unfortunately, we have come to believe that this is a normal course of events. It is not. It is not. And so it's troubling across the board. What the reasoning behind it, again, as I stated, there needs to be some tough consequences. And again, that's not the only reason, but that's certainly one of them. All right?
Thank you, folks.
Thanks.
Jim Kenney talking outside of Jefferson University Hospital, where 3 SWAT officers are being treated for their injuries after engaging with a suspect in gunfire. Apparently, they were trying to execute a homicide warrant just after 6 o'clock this morning on North 10th Street when we're told that the suspect opened fire, shooting through a door and a window inside of a residential property, shooting at the officers. 3 of those officers were shot, and when the suspect attempted to run, he opened fire on them, and they exchanged gunfire with that suspect.
Yeah, so they fired upon the suspect as he was firing at officers. This is a 19-year-old suspect. Police are saying now he has a lengthy criminal history. He was wanted for a homicide that happened back in August. We understand that this is not the first time, just in the last few weeks or so, few months, that we are hearing about SWAT officers attempting to serve warrants. They've been fired upon. The deputy commissioner there, John Stanford, talking about how frustrating this is. You heard the anger in his voice. He's talking about the fact that they're putting their lives on the line to get to these suspects who are committing the crimes, and their lives are more and more at risk now because of all the guns that are on the streets of Philadelphia. So lots of frustration there.
Absolutely. And we should also note those 3 SWAT officers who were injured in that exchange of gunfire, they are all stable. 2 of them are expected to be released from the hospital later today. 1 is being kept at the hospital for further observation. And that 19-year-old suspect, who police say had the gun and fired at those officers, he was shot and has died from his injuries. So we have Chopper 3 over the scene right now. So this is over the scene in North 10th Street, where this incident unfolded just after 6 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, the 800 block there of North 10th Street, still an active investigation playing out there as well. We do understand there were other people in the house at the time, but police don't believe they have anything to do with this particular situation. We do understand that other people were apparently in the house and may have been taken into custody for questioning, but they have nothing to do with this situation. So again, the investigation is still playing out. The good news, though, again, those 3 SWAT officers are expected to be okay. They're in stable condition. We've seen family members that gathered there at the hospital at this point. We understand that some of them are sitting up. They're talking about the incident at this point, and they are expected to be okay.
And as we heard the head of the police departments there, the various officials who were at the scene there, they say this is troubling. This is not normal to see the frequency of gunfire that we've been experiencing here in the city over the last several months. The police commissioner, we're told, she's out of town for a police chief's conference, but she did speak with the 3 SWAT officers who were injured. She gave them her best wishes, and again, they are doing okay and are expected to recover from this. The 19-year-old suspect in this case was shot and fatally wounded, died from his injuries after 7:30 this morning.
Yeah, of course, we're going to stay on top of this. We have crews at both scenes at this point. We have crews at Jefferson Hospital. We have crews there on the ground where this all started there in the 800 block of North 10th Street, bringing us up to date throughout the morning as to what's happening at these locations. So you can still see the police presence there, a heavy police presence there, and a flurry of activity that played out just after 6 a.m. this morning when the SWAT officers attempted to serve this homicide warrant. Trying to serve it, they were met with gunfire almost immediately, according to police. So there was really no time to respond or react. They were about to try to enter the house. They were met with gunfire and continued to be fired upon throughout this entire situation until the suspect fled throughout a back door. They were fired upon again, and they fired upon the suspect, a 19-year-old who was shot and ended up dying at Temple University Hospital later this morning.
All right, and as we look live from Chopper 3 over the scene, you see a number of evidence markers right now on the street as police work to continue to process the scene here. We're told a number of streets in this area, they have been blocked off as a result of this investigation. And earlier, as we've been covering this story for you here throughout the morning, we were told that there were children inside of this residence at the time that this gunfire erupted. They were safely taken out of the home. We also saw a few other people who were taken into custody in handcuffs, but as we heard police officials there say, it's not clear at this point if they will be facing any charges or if they were connected to that initial homicide warrant that the SWAT team was executing. So of course we are going to continue to stay on top of this story, and we'll have a full wrap-up and additional details for you on Eyewitness News at 9.
So stay with us for that. We will see you soon at 9 a.m. We'll have the very latest then.
This has been breaking news coverage from CBS 3 Eyewitness News.